Maurice Tchenio, thank you for joining us. What does accessible mean in practice for private investor, ticket size, onboarding and reporting?
Okay. Well, today in Italy, accessible means people who can invest 100,000 euros in our fund, which means that they have liquid assets of 1 million euro. Okay, so that is in terms of legal, what we define as accredited investors, if you wish. In terms of that is money, but the issue after that is that private equity is a very complex industry with capital calls and capital distribution. And the way we solve those problems is that basically we organize that people are called twice a year at given date, at the end of April and the end of October, and we call them 10% of their commitment twice a year. Okay, so that is very simple. And thirdly, we provide them with quarterly reports whereby on their mobile phone they can see their accounts, how much they have invested, what is their portfolio, what are the companies in which they have invested. There are links for those companies so they can go on the internet site of those companies so that if they want to know more about them. So basically they have a very simple way, and we have a back office whereby they can ask 7 days a week questions and we can provide them with answers and so on. Moreover, basically we don't sell direct, we sell through private banks, IFAs, and therefore we train those people. We have an internet site whereby we have a lot of videos where we explain what private equity is all about, what are the pitfalls, what are the successes. We do a lot of education. We do 400 seminars, webinars a year to educate our marketplace. So therefore, it's a seamless act for private investor who can afford it, obviously, to access. We have really democratized the private equity industry.
So, how do you ensure transparency and governance across a full cycle, like fee, conflicts, and monitoring?
Well, first of all, transparency means that all the fees which are charged, both the fees that we do charge and the underlying fees are well known to our investors. We transform that. We obviously there is no major conflict of interest because basically we don't collect money from in funds in which we invest. Only the investors pay us fees. We don't have double fees, so there is no conflict of interest on that subject. And we are a highly regulated industry. In each country there is in France there is the equivalent of the SEC in the US and obviously the equivalent in Italy and so on. So we are highly regulated, and so therefore investors can be assured that there is no major issue on those subjects.
Thank you, Maurice Tchenio, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.